He should be a busy man out of the backfield. It's the Bears and the Lions, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Such a great tradition. Thanksgiving Day in the NFL. So happy to be a part of it as well. Mike Tirico with Greg Olsen here in the booth. Greg, think about it. Detroit 1934. Dallas 1966. That's where the seeds for this thing has been planted. 3 games during the day and night. Now, I love that we call it the John Madden Thanksgiving celebration.
And it doesn't matter whether you're a player, a coach, a fan at home, or in our case, Mike, here in the booth broadcasting the game. NFL football and Thanksgiving, those two things go together. And man, how fortunate are we to have a front row seat for another special NFL tradition, John Madden Thanksgiving celebration. Let's go.
The first of 3 on this Thanksgiving. Glad to have you along on this holiday. And we begin right here in the Motor City. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. They are led out by the former Sun Devil, their rookie quarterback out of Arizona State.
You think back to last week and what was really a pretty bland game. He didn't do a ton that was overly exciting, but his team was still able to come out with a win. I think that's really a testament to this roster that they have built. Yes, you're going to need your quarterback to play good ball as the season progresses, but in the meantime, they are good enough around him that as he continues to find his way, this is still a tough team to match up with.
You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. This one complete to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now, faking the give. Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the 3rd play. And the Bears are going to take possession. They've got it at their own 42.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is, how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make...
Oh, the blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in the 3rd.
Rome Odunze, the one he was looking for. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
Third and long. To throw, it's Rattler. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Montez Sweat, that fights his way in to record the sack.
At the 17-yard line.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He'll drop to throw. That's a short one caught by Laporta. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
3rd and 9. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Gray brought in motion. Throwing now is Rattler. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. Gray brought in motion. That's over the middle and intercepted. It's the linebacker, Jack Campbell.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
The Lions offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll start with great field position up at their 45. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. That's over the middle, taken in by Laporta. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Straight ahead with Gibbs. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7.
At the 41-yard line.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. To the right side, that's St. Brown. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
I can appreciate the idea of keeping the play alive, right? Giving as much time as possible to your targets to uncover downfield. But you also have to play to your strengths. You got to know the type of player that you are. In this case, doesn't have quite enough speed to get away and probably should have just thrown it. This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
And that is incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to come back out for this next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, and he'll take this to about the 28. Brian Branch in on the tackle. They face 2nd down and 7. Throwing is Rattler. That's taken in by Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike, you never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch. On 3rd down, the defense decides to dial up a blitz. Give credit to the offensive line and the running backs. They were ready for it. They picked it up. That's what allowed the quarterback to escape the pocket see open space, and convert and pick up the first down.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. Moore going in motion. So we are through one on this Thanksgiving Day. It's the Lions who have the early lead. And we are back. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now Rattler going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Here's Rattler. He's got a man. That's DJ Moore. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down. That's quickly into the hands of Odunze on the RPO. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Looking to throw. Rattler. He'll look underneath for Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Looking for a third down conversion on this drive, and they only need a foot. Moving this to the 36-yard line will give them enough. Chains will move. It's a 1st down.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that 1st down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the 1st down.
And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Rattler now back to throw. Taking off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Reynolds is the motion man here. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. He's got the hook up there to Odunze.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. Next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
That's a short throw caught by Komet. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him.
And he's in. Rome Odunze. Touchdown, Bears. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year. Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears move out to a 7-3 lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, ball's on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
Here's 2nd and 9.
At the 35-yard line.
They'll look to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
A gain there of 20. Good for a Lions 1st down.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long 1st down.
Jalen Johnson on the coverage.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction. I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
On the return is Dylan Laube. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's Rome Odunze, the 1st-round pick, along with the Bears offense getting set for their next possession. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away. He'll go down as an incompletion.
Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on 1st down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on 2nd. And now they find themselves in a critical 3rd down here, or they're facing a 3 and out.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down. Here's Austin McNamara now, as he'll take this a yard or 2 into his own end zone. Now, fair catch taken, and they're going to have great starting field position just shy of midfield. The Lions offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The deficit is 1, as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. On target to Laporta. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
brings up 2nd and 7 at the 48-yard line.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Back to throw. He's going to air this one out. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
The Bears offense about ready to take over once more. This will start from the 12, try to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rattler. That's to the tight end, Komet.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. Throwing now from the gun. He'll send this one deep for Odunze. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Rattler. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass falls incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Gonna look deep, looking for more.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
The Lions offense going to take over here. Of this 1st half, they'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Catch is made by Wright. And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. He'll drop to throw. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And he's down on the outside of midfield, marked up at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw yet again. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. A run up the middle. It's Gibbs. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this first half. Here's their punter now as he's on to punt for Detroit. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Bears offense going to take over just before the half. They'll start out first down and 10. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. Throwing is Rattler. That's caught by Edwards-Helaire. That one going nowhere, but a late penalty flag comes in. They may get bailed out here.
Automatic first down.
Gray is the motion man here. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be second down.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
He'll send this one deep for Odunze. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Would have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a third down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Two incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to third down and 10. And some problems communicating on third down, and that's going to be a delay.
Still third down.
Whoa, things are getting tougher. It's now third and 15. Now Rattler going to throw. He's going to try it here again. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. Here's the punter now. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. Fair catch will be taken here. It is right at the 40-yard line. So we are at halftime in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Greg.
And hold that thought. Let's get right back to it. We are ready for the third quarter. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. This will be returned from the 6, and it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bears offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll do so with first and 10. Here's Rattler. Throw right side, caught by Odunze. They'll come up now for second down and 4. A handoff as they try to run it here. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. First down, Chicago.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he nearly got free. But as it is, a gain of 6, and it sets up third down. On the ground, Edwards-Helaire. He's going to have it at the 12-yard line. Enough to get the first down and keep it going. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire.
Penetration is the key to run defense. Stop the running back before he has a chance to get started. That's exactly how it played out here.
Looking to throw, Rattler. The second down throw is incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
To the goal line and in. DJ Moore. Touchdown, Chicago. On is Santos for the PAT. The kick is good. And the Bears will take a 14-6 lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. Now on the return, he has lost the football. And it's recovered by one of his teammates. The home team's offense headed back to take... Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's over the middle, taken in by Laporta. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down. They'll run with Gibbs. And a nice run there on first down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring it down.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
He was covered by Hayden Ellis.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Brian Branch in on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. Rattler now back to throw. one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up third down. He'll look to throw. A pass deep for Reynolds. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up fourth down. Now fair catch is taken back inside the 40. The home team's offense ready to get back to work. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum. Figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going for the end.
And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Open man, it's Jamison Williams. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Unfortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions.
All week we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
Laube now to return it. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The visitors' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. Try the right side this time. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down. This kick hangs up, and a fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. The home team's offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They trail by 2, and will start this drive with 1st and 10. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Loss of 5 brings up 2nd and 15 at the 31-yard line.
We're on to the 4th on Thanksgiving Day. You're watching. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of
carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey, guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs. And the running back just has nowhere to go. There is no crease. There is no seam. You got to give credit. That defensive line overwhelmed the offensive line, and that went a long way to forcing that 4th down stop.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
Just didn't quite get enough into that ball. You see sometimes the pressure, the rush, force a quarterback to throw the ball off his back foot. And I think there was a little bit of that here at play. You have to be willing to step up, even in the face of pressure, and get enough behind that ball to put that one a little bit more on the money.
On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. That's caught. It's the tight end, Komet. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. That's complete. It's Odunze. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult. I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision. You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's to the big tight end, Laporta. And he's going to get this up to the 22-yard line.
And the Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Back to throw. He'll go right back to Laporta. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll look to throw again. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he is very close to the 1st down, but eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches. The Lions will punt this ball away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. That's taken at about the 14. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The visitors' offense, and Spencer Rattler set to take over once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. A run. Edwards-Helaire. He's going to have a Bears 1st down as he gets this up past the 35. They'll turn and hand this one off. Oh, a loose football. The Lions have got it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee or any other body part.
After review of the play, the ruling on the
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Here's a 2nd and 6. Up the middle they go. The Lions call their first timeout. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He's got his man. That's Olave. And quickly, the clock stops again. Defense taking the timeout. $1:54 to go. They'll come up here. 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll stick with him again. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And he's going to have a Bears first down. I do believe gets it by about a yard on 3rd and 3.
First down Bears.
They'll stay on the ground. And he'll get this forward only to about the 32-yard line. So this one, a win for the visiting Bears. And they will get a little extra time to enjoy it on this holiday weekend as they get the job done here on Thanksgiving. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.